Now it should be. I should have audio now. So, yeah, I can actually see the audio button going now. I guess I had a speaker on, and it was, for some reason, it had took over the microphone instead of the output. Okay, so let me go back to what happened. Let me just start back over to this. Let me go back over here. Show you kind of where I'm at. So I had 16 rows. The last row was my 16th row. I've had two come out. I've had the first row was like 8 rows, and then the 7 rows, and then the 7. Then the second row was let's see, that was number 16 there. So the next row was like 7 rows with the 7. So the first 2 rows was an 8, then a 7. I mean, an 8 roller, then a 7 roller. That last roll I just made was the Yo 11. So that's where I'm at on row 16. And since I didn't have audio, right now that was my first roll on this 3rd session. I've hit a Yo. So that's for my tall. That's the only thing I've got marked right now. So did you get your fences and all built, George? All right, we got snake eyes right here. We got ace. Aces in both places. It helps to get them aces and 12s and things like that out of the way if you're working all tall small. That was a come out loser, so re-up that $10. You're a work in progress on it? Okay. But I have confidence that you will figure it out, no doubt. So the pictures that, so the gates, did you, have you built any, or was you just, that's the first ones? That's right. All right, that was a low throw. I don't know if you've seen the release, but it was a very low throw, and the dice just come across the board. Hit short on the landing zone. I've got a double pitch, 3-4-7 double pitch, frontline winner, ATS back up on 25, and it resets the Yo, resets to 2, and it's an SRR killer. I'm gonna put it in the tracker. Let's see if I can do better. Spice her out. All right, we got a 5-5 R10. Right dice imploded. Our point will be a 10. Get the mark of 10 over here. Oh yeah, the rollers will definitely be a great benefit to have. All right, I'm going to do the 220. I'm going to do buy bets for the 5 and 9, 50 each. Place bets, 60 each. Nice route. All right, we've got a 3-6-9. 3-6. This is on axis. Get our 9. First hit pays 70. Nope, for $2. It pays 75. I'm going to pay it this way. So normally I would go ahead and go to the outside for 35 each. But I'm just going to take that whole 40 and put it on the odds. Mark the 9 and tracker. Nope, the 10 will come before the 9. Then the 9. Yep, now the tracker's up to date. Alright, dice are out. Alright, we got a 268. So we got a primary hit here. 2-6. 2-6-8. Marker 8 on the tall. 60 past 70. Okay, George, I appreciate you stopping in and hanging out. Thank you so much, sir. And again, I appreciate what y'all doing for everything that y'all are doing on the LFC, or not just LFC, but Craps Nation as a whole, George. Y'all guys are awesome, man. I appreciate you guys. You have a good evening. I'll catch up with you later. Dice are out. 1, 2, 3. Alright, we got a 5-5. We got the hard 10. So right dice, this is the same hard weight. This is the same 10 we got for the point. Hard 10, which is right dice and plug. Alright, so $10 on the front line, and it pays $50 on the back line. So we've already got our 10 marked in the ATS. We're not working to come out. We put the 10 in the tracker, and we are off. 3236. Not working to come in. Dice are out. 3-3, hardway 6. 3-3, hardway 6. Primary hit. Who is not working? 6 is on the tracker. 6 is on the ATS. Alright, so we have to take this 30 down. We'll have to put a quarter up on that instead of that 30. We can leave that 30 up. Pays 36. We're on the place bet 30, we'll only pay 35. So dice are out. 2, 4, 6, repeater. Well, not a repeater number. We had a hardway 6 the time before, but this is an on axis 6. 3, 2, 3, 6 yields a 2, 4, 6. So that's a winner. Yields a 2, 4 result. 2, 4, 6 is on axis. So it pays 10 on the front and it pays 36 on the odds. 30 pays 36. 30 pays 36 like that. So that's it. And this is how we are going to look at this board now. 6. Alright, we're not working to come out. 3, 2, 3, 6. Dice are out. Alright, we got a front line 7. 2, 5, 7. We was not working, but that hurt our ATS. Didn't really hurt this side because we only had the 6 marked. The tall side we needed 11 and 12. and it killed that. We've got to put the come out in, so our SRR is going to be sucky. We have to re-up our $25 ATS, which is now re-upped. Come out smart. And our dice set 3236 dice route. 1, 2, 3. 516. So this is a primary hit. 5-1 is a primary on-axis hit. 5-1. So we're right back on that 6. Alright, so we're going to take that 30 and put it in odds instead of on place bet. We don't have nothing on that 10. We've got to get a quarter up. That was just a miss hit. That was just something I missed earlier. 3236 on the set. Dice are out. All right, we got a 3-3 hard 6, so we're right back. We're right back on this 6. Right back on this 6. So we hit another 6. So that's a repeater. So again, that pays $10 on the front. 30, 6 on the odds. We're not going to be working to come out, but we're just getting that place money back up there just so we know what we just know where it goes. That way it's up. 3236 on the set. Dice are out. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got a 3-1-4. So this is an on-axis hit, 3-1. It's a secondary. We put their puck on 4. We mark our small for 4. Mark it in the tracker. Let's go over right quick and take a look and see just what our, let me do something right quick. No. Let's go take a look at our stats. Just want to see what our SOR. Okay, so our SOR right now has got back up to the 13.5 range. So that's doing pretty good right now. Our SRR is sucky because we've had 2 come-outs. SOR is up to 13.5. Let me go over here to look at something. Yep, so that's where we're standing right now. So yeah, so our stats right now are, the 6 is the dominant number right now. Inside hits are not that great. We've only at 40%. The outside hits is 25%. So we've had those 4 3s. That's what's driving that outside hits up. 4s and 10s. We've had 3 4s and 2 10s. So that's kind of high too. But we're going to go back to shooting now. I just wanted to see what my SOR was. So from the start, I had an early 8 shots with a 7. Then I had 7 more shots with a 7, and now I'm on a pretty decent. A little bit longer of a roll. So dice are out. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got a 5-4-9. That was a on-axis secondary hit. There's a 9. It's 30 up there, so it cost $1. It pays 45. Alright, so we're on a pretty decent roll, so we could continue to regress to 76 inside, but it's really no need really in doing that. You know, at this point we might just want to bump everything up, say a little. So we're going to take and add 15 to the 5 and 9 and make them 40 each. We'll try to wrap back around on the next go and hit the 6 and 8, press them up just a hair. You know, I don't want to press up too much too quick, because then you're just like, you're setting yourself up to give it all back. So Dice her out. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got the 6, 4, 10. So the left dice this time exploded to get a 6. We marked a 10 on the tall. We've got a quarter on it, so we pay 50 for $1. 50 for 1. We're doing pretty good on our. I do notice that I've got my money up here on the 4, and I'm trying to break that habit. It shouldn't be on the place bets. I shouldn't start placing numbers until I'm actually able to press my bets up higher than 10-time odds. So I could go up to $100 on the 4, but if I go over 100, I have to start placing it instead of betting it on odds. So here we go. 3, 2, 3, 6. Dice her out. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got the 4, 6, 10 repeater. Well, no, the last time it was 6, 4, 10. This is a 4, 6, 10, which this is an on axis 10. Single pitch, on axis 10. But it is a repeater number. It just ain't a repeater exact same dice hit. The casinos don't care because they're not going to, the casinos don't care. It cost me $2 on the vig to pay 100. So I want to press each. 4 and 10, up a quarter each. Points of 4. We're looking for a 4. Dice her out. 1, 2, 3. Well, we didn't get our 4. We got a 2, 5, 7. So right dice imploded. Left dice stayed on axis. We hit our 7, so that's our third 7 out. So that row was a little longer. That row started on row 18 and it went all the way through row 34, so it was like 16 roller right there. So that the 7's in, let's go look at the stats now. So that last 7 drove our SOR down to 10.3. Our SRR is way behind because we had 2 come out 7s in the series, and the 6 is still the dominant number at the moment, but the 3 and the 10 are trying to catch that 6. So let's go back over to our page here. Let's look at, now we lost all this. All this money's gone. I just never took it off. I was looking at SOR. All this is gone. This was a hard hit. Left a lot of money on the board. I think some of the things that I was shown last night, I don't know should I put names on the channel or not, or in my video or not. So until I find out for sure if it's okay, I'm not going to mention names. But I was shown some things last night that's potentially going to help me with a lot of money-making strategies. Let me say it that way, because what I was going over with last night had nothing to do with shooting. It was all about money. It was all about betting. So let's just take a quick peek at what we're looking like right here. We know we're in a profit. I started with 1,000. We need one more quarter to have. That quarter would make 700 here, 8, 9, 10. So we're not in a profit that great. We're only in a profit like less than 100, right at 120 bucks. But we have not been here that long. And you seen the board right before it ended that last session. It was primed to go off. I mean, the board was set full. Pucks off. $25 ATS is up, $10 pass line is up. We'll try to press this SOR on up a little further. Let's go right here. Trying to press this SOR up a little further. 3236 on the sit. Nice right. Alright, we've got that 2-1-3 again. 2-1. We've had that 3 come a lot. It's like the 5th time that 3's hit. I just showed y'all the stats. The 3 and the something else. The 10 maybe was trying to catch that 6. Alright, so $10 back up. Let me get on the tracker and put the 3 in. Okay, the 3's in. So 3236 dice set. 2-1 results are on the axis. It's just not. We don't want those. That's right. All right, we got a 5-4-9. So this is an on-axis secondary hit. 5-4-9. Mark that 9. Put that 9 in the tracker and get some bets up. Let's go for 440 one time. At this point in the game, we might be. All right, we'll go up to 100 on the back. So we're going to go 100 right there. As high as we can go on the odds on the 9. All right, we got our 440 up. 3236 on the set. Dice are out, looking for a 9. Alright, we got a 3-5-8. The right dice imploded to cause a 5 result. We hit an 8. We mark our 8. 440 pays. 120 pays 140. There's our 140. We rack 90. We put a quarter on the 4 and a quarter on the 10. We're taking 2 shots on 440. We want to run it through there twice. We want 2 exposure, 2 risk. Dice are out. 1, 2. Alright, so we have that's a 1 if I could move. Nope. Now look, this dice was sitting up on the rail. And the rule is, if you were able to move the object that is setting on, if you were able to remove that object, which way would the dice fall? So the dice, if I remove this rail, this bottom bumper, that dice would fall over to a 1. It would not trickle back over to a 3. When it's setting on the rail like that, you have to call what it is if you remove the object. So it would actually be a 4-1-5. That's a 1-4-5. That's what the call would be. 1-4-5. Alright, we've got 1. Alright, we're gonna mark the 5 here. We gotta mark the 8's already marked. The 8 in the tracker and the 5 there. Alright, so 100 pays 140, and that was our second hit. So we always regress on our second hit. We're going to regress to 220 inside. That would actually take 50 more off of that. So we regress to 220 on the inside. We leave our quarters on the outside. Three, 2, 3, 6. Dice are out. All right, now this time we got a 257. So good thing we did regress when we did. That's going to hurt our SOR. That's going to hurt our SOR very bad because we was at 10.3 and it was a very short row. We was not even able to get many rows in at all. It's going to be all right. The money's off the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 25, 450, 454. And we had 440 plus a $10 pass, it's 450 plus a quarter out there for the ATS 475. So overall that shooter lost like what, $21? If you looked at it as a overall. So yeah, that shooter lost a little bit. But irrelevant. That's irrelevant. Here's what the main matter is. The SOR. That last 7 made us an SOR of 9.0. We was at a 10.3. The 3 is trying to catch the 6, and the 4 just made another. The 7 just made another bump up toward the 6. So we're going to go back here. We're going to do one more session. We're going to do one more session. We're not going to be working the come out, but we're going to do a quarter on ATS, $10 pass line, and right here, dice roll. All right, we got a 1, 2, 3. Here's that dang 3 again. So that 3 just now caught up with our dominant number, or is our overall dominant. Our overall dominant right now would be the 3. Let me mark that 3 in the tracker. All right, so let's look at the stats right quick. I'm going to show you. Our overall dominant numbers right now is a 3 and a 6. We've had 6 hits on each one. Our recent dominant would be the 3. We've hit it the most in the past 3 or 4 hands, in the past 5 shots. So let's get back to shooting. That was a frontline loser, so we have to re-up the $10. That's up. You took 3, 6 on the set. I sure up. 4, 1, 5. This is an on-axis hit. It's just a single pitch. Mark the 5. Our points are 5. Now I'm going to do a trend that somebody showed me something about last night. This is just something I'm going to probably always remember from now on. Hop the yo for $5 after a come out 5. Hop in the yo for $5. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop 50 on the odds. We're going to do our 220 on this. All right, we got a 220 up. The 9's a buy bet. The 6 and 8 are places. We're hopping a yo for $5. Dice are out. $527. That sucks. That was a 0.7 out. We lost all this. We lost our hopping the yo for 5. But most importantly, we lost that 220 that we just put up. On 0.7 out. Alright guys, so this is enough of this bad shooting for today. Before that 0.7 out, my SOR was 9.0, and that one right there just really sucked. That's going to push it down to very low. That was the fifth 7. That's going to put it down to 7.8. So we're in the average range. So that pushes it way down. That we hate to see. All right. So on that note, we've never hit a 12. Let's look. We never hit a 12. We only hit 1, 2. Our 3 and 6 is still our dominant number. You know what? We're going to go ahead with one more shot. But this would be a new shooter. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go you don't get quarters. We're going to do this. $10 pass, $25 ATS, 10, 5, and 10. And we've got our 1/4. We've got our 440 on the pad on the line, but we're not working. We're getting this come out. 3236 on the come out. That's right. That was a low shot. 5-5 or 10. 5-5 or 10. It wouldn't have helped us to work to come out anyway. It would have been just putting 440 at risk on one more throw because we hit a 10 and we don't put money on the 10 until we've already hit an inside number. So let me put that 10 in. This is going to be the last shooter. We're trying to press that SOR back up now to back into the green. 3236, and we're trying to get our bankroll up to at least 1,000. Dice are up. 6 box cars. So we got the 10 out of the way, we got the box cars out of the way for the ATS. Right dice exploded to hit a 12. 3236. Dice for that. 3, 1, 4. This is an on-axis hit. 3, 1, 4, but we don't have any money on it. We mark the 4 in the tracker. So 3, 2, 3, 6. Dice are out. Five, 4, 9. This is an on-axis hit. 5, 4, 9. We mark our 9. So we need an 8 and a yo for a top. Our 9 gets paid 140. Now I didn't pay this right. I know. Well, I mean I paid it right because it pays 140. No. Don't pay 140. Excuse me. I paid this wrong earlier. I just now noticed. My 5s and 9s are bought bits. So for $5, it pays $150. So it pays $145. It pays $145 basically. Ultimately, that's what it pays. The 5 bits. So the very first hit on those, I do a quarter on the 4 and 10. Then I look for a second. I look for a second inside hit. That's right. Four, 1, 5. There's our second inside hit. 4, 1. This is an on-axis hit. Mark our 5. It's a secondary. It's an on-axis secondary hit. It pays again for a nickel. Big. It pays $150. It paid $150 a while ago. I just didn't put the big up. I took the $145. All right. So 2 hits. We have moved to the outsides. So this is, we regress. We regress everything to 220 instead of 440. But the 4 and 9 are still balk bets. The 5 and 9 are still balk bets. The 4 and 10 are balk. Well, the 4s are balk bet, but the 10s are odds. So we mark the 5. I'd actually already marked the 5. I didn't hit 2 5s in a row. So here we go. 3, 2, 3, 6. Points of 10. Dice are out. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. This is an on axis hit. So that's $50. It costs 2 to pay to win 75. All right. We out of the hand. We take that hit. Now that's a 5. I get to mark that 5. We take that hit. We just collect that hit. That should be enough to get us out of the hand for this shooter. Dice are out. All right, we got a 6, 5 yoke. So this is a drift. Left dice exploded, right dice imploded. We have a drift. We hit the yoke. All right, on the tall, all we need is 8. All we need is 8 right here to hit the. Now, here's a prime example of what I was taught last night. When a 5 comes, hop the yoke. The 5 just came, then the yoke came. It was 5, 5 yoke. So when a 5 comes, you hop the yoke. I got a 5 and then another 5, so I would have lost the first $5, but if I'm following that rule, the next 5, hop the yoke, boom, it would have just now paid me. I forgot about that. But that right there was there was a missed event. I need an 8 to hit a tall. I'm not going to regress anything. I'm not going to lay the 8. Dice are out. We got box cars. 6, 6. That helps nothing but the SOR, SRR. I have no money bet on the box cars. So Arnell says lay for a third of what you would get paid on a tile. So if I hit the 8, I'm going to get paid $350. But if I hit the 7, I need to lay that 8 for like 100. That way, or 105. That way, it pays me 90. That way, I'm guaranteeing myself at least a $90 profit. But if I go ahead and lay it for 140, it'll pay me 125. I think 140 will be more the proper bet. That way, I'm guaranteeing. 140 will pay me 120. If I lay it for 140, it'll pay me 120. And then I'll have to pay a VIG for $6. So I'll basically make 114. But I'm not going to do the lay. You could lock up a profit that way. I'm not going to leave. Actually, I got them numbers wrong too. It pays 6 for every 5. Dice are out. All right, we got a 3-3 hardway 6. Hardway 6. We mark the 6. You pay 70. Now here's what we'll do. We're needing a 2, a 3, and an 8. We're so close now to a small or a tall that this shooter is just going to do this. It's going to regress everything down and play 76 inside. And just start out with 15s. Now we'll leave the quarters on the 4 and 10. The 10 will be back there. But we're so close to needing it. We only need an 8. And we only need a 2 and a 3. So we'll let this shooter do this. I gotta mark that 6 in the tracker. 3, 2, 3, 6. We're looking for a 10 is the point. 8 will complete the tall. That's right. We didn't get it. 617. See, we could have laid that 8. I even talked about it, but I didn't. So I hit a 617. So let's look at what had happened. If we'd have laid that 8, we'd have had to put 140 on the lay. We wouldn't have this up, and we would have won. The 140 would have got paid back to us, and 120. No. It pays 6 for every 5. So actually, I would have put like 150 up for every 5. It would have paid me 6. So that's what 180. It would have paid me 180 if I'd have put 150 up. No, that's not right. It pays 5 for every 6. So if I put 150 up, it would have paid me, let's see, 150 divided by 6. It's 25, multiply that times 5. So 150 would have paid me 125 minus the VIX. So I had to drop $6, so I'd have made 119. So I wouldn't have lost this 18, plus I'd have made another 119. So I'd been 137 more in my rack. But I was just say a little greedy. I didn't want to put that lay up. I wanted to hit that 8. I thought I could hit that 8. And I couldn't. You know, only needing an 8 to complete a tall. I was pretty sure I could hit an 8. There's a couple of ways on this dice set that that an 8 can hit primary or secondary. So, you know, I was thinking I could hit the 8. Only needed a 2 and a 3 to hit the small. I wasn't confident about that 2 as much, but let's look at the bankroll right quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9. There's our 1,000. So we didn't make much money. We made less than 100. Maybe $75. Maybe $81. About $81. That's not that good. You know, we could have did a lot better. We missed an event, as I was told last night. We missed an event, and I even tried it one time in the game, but I forgot to try it when it come again. But when that 5 come, even though I tried it one time in the game with a come out 5, the way it was told to me is you really can do it on every 5. And I missed it. When the yo came, popping the yo right after the 5, I would have hit it. But anyway, so we've got the $1,000 bankroll back up. I'd just like to get it back up. Let's go to the stat page and see how we did. So our last 7 pushed the 7s into battle for second place on overall dominance. Well, overall dominant was the 6. We had 6 hits on the 6. Inside hits was really low, 40%. SOR is 8.2, so that's low. We wanted it to be at least 9, but we didn't get there. So, but on that note, okay, so on the last row, all we needed was an 8. We needed a 2 and a 3. So I'm just going to show y'all something just to be curious. This happens to me a lot. Very next shooter, I'm just going to show you something. I needed a 2, a 3, and an 8. So that's what I needed to complete this tall and small. So look what happens on the very next shots. It happens a lot to me. Dice roll. So if I was continuing this practice, I just want to show you what happens to me a lot. I get the rest of those numbers real soon after the come outs. Alright, so I got a 5-6 yo. So there's a yo, would have been a front line. Usually I'll hit these other numbers real quick. A lot of times the very next throat, I'll hit that last what I need number. Dice round. $314. So that's 2 hits that we didn't get what we needed. But usually within the first 2 or 3 hits, and a lot of times it's the very next row. I'm gonna try it for 2 more hits and just see if I can get that 8. Because usually that 8 will come, or that 2 and 3 will come immediately. There's a 10. So that would be it. Try it for 1 more and just see. Because usually it's already came by now. Dice route. Well, that would have been a 527, so that would have hurt the SOR even more. Anyway, it is what it is. On that note, I appreciate any and everybody out there watching. I appreciate y'all taking time out to hang out with me. And on that note, Chili from O-Town.